Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game, and we're returning to our push on Berlin in War in the West. So last time we did almost make it into Magdeburg, not quite, but we have Berlin on our sides. It is late September 1934, 1944 of course, and I did advance the German turn, and a couple of things happened, so let's look at them. So firstly, they did actually push us back. They did have a single attack over here in this hex, and they did indeed push us back. They did bring in 23,000 forces against our 4,000, so yeah, pretty much definitively we were being pushed back here. Nevertheless, it's not the end of the world, because really it just doesn't matter that much on that specific hex. They also did pull back a lot of units from the Alpine area here around Innsbruck, which honestly the AI is just cheating, because it just cannot pull all of these guys back but via a single railroad that they have got here. Nevertheless, we do now find a lot of forces strewn up here in the north around the North Hanover region, which is a bit of an issue because our forces over here are spread extremely thinly, as you might remember from last time, and their forces are now kind of strong, whereas our forces down here are now extremely strong, but we will not manage to extradite them from here as quickly as the AI is obviously capable of doing. So I'm slightly annoyed by that, but nevertheless, we are going to try to continue our offensive, even though that is pushing our forces quite strongly. But I do feel quite confident because we have Hamburg, we have Bremen. We will need to clear up the Elbe River and the Weser River for these ports to become operational. But once they are, we are going to get huge supplies here just directly delivered very close to the front line. So I'm going to be very happy about that. But until then, what can we do? Now, I don't expect us to be able to push on Berlin. It seems nice. It looks nice. There's only a single unit here. But we do need to cross a major river. There's lots of mud over here in these hexes. And Berlin itself is garrisoned with a single unit. Now that single unit is not very strong, but it is in level 4 fortifications, urban terrain. There's simply absolutely no way whatsoever that a tank force can break into Berlin and capture the city as quickly as we would like. So that's just not going to work. What I want to do then instead is I want to try to encircle at least a couple of these units. That is going to be difficult as well because they are kind of strong on this side. You can see there's the 44th Infantry Division, there's the 715th Infantry Division. There's quite a strong force here on this southern side. On the northern side, not so much. I do expect that over here there might be a slight gap. Yes, this Fallschirmjäger Division is kind of strong, but we've got the motorized brigade, and I do think we might want to try to capture a couple of these guys here in the north. And in the south we're going to try something similar. These are fewer forces, and it's not clear that we're going to be able to do something over here. But if we can create a breakthrough here at Nordhausen, we might just be able to circle around there to Magdeburg. On the other hand, otherwise we're going to go to Mersburg and Leipzig, which is also going to be nice because we don't need to we don't need to bomb these places anymore then. So that's nice. By the way, notice just how many planes the Germans have got in this area in the vicinity around Berlin. Most of their air bases here are actually overcrowded, and just look at that. This is hundreds of planes in various of these places. So yeah, I really don't know what's going on here, but yeah, we'll just need to deal with that. Going south a little bit, they do have a good line over here, whereas our forces are spread extremely thinly in the Thüringer forest here, so I don't expect us to do anything down here, but maybe up here. There's a little bit of a gap here around Amberg. Maybe we can create a smaller breakthrough here and then circle to the south and capture a couple of people here around Regensburg. And then down to the very south, I don't think we can do anything. These hills and mountains here in the south do pretty much limit any push here. And while these guys do look a little bit exposed, you can't really circle around them due to the Chiemsee, so this lake down here, and it's just not going to work. So yeah, that being said, our directives do correspond to that. We do have large-scale disruption of rail traffic going on over here. And then a couple of strikes in this vicinity here. Why are you actually striking? Is that actually correct? I didn't know you could set it up this way. I'm not sure you can. Well, nevertheless, that would work, but honestly, let's just adapt that a little bit. So let's shift that over here. That's going to be alright. So hopefully we'll be able to create a breakthrough here and then come back over there and sort of mix that up and connect these things. We're also going to try to create a breakthrough here, which I think is going to be alright. Yeah, but other than that, it's more or less a small breakthrough here. I do think we want to stabilize, and our main objective here for the south is going to be to actually get the Brenner pass. So get this mountain pass here and potentially break through here, create a line running from Innsbruck to Munich. And that would allow us to use the ports in Venice to supply ourselves, because right now we need to send all of these supplies across here via Switzerland. So, or not via Switzerland, but sort of via Strasbourg. So yeah, that would be nice, but let's see. First of all, we do want to create the big breakthrough here, encircle these troops, and the secondary, or actually the primary objective, I would say, is we are going to try to get a foothold here on the other side of the Elbe River, because that is going to be much better for our offensives against Berlin in the following couple of weeks, when winter probably does come. But I do want to be on the other side of this river before the Germans do manage a more comprehensive defense on this end. So, that being said, let's go ahead and execute our air directives, see where we're going to go with that. You can see a couple of naval strikes there around Wilhelmshaven. The reason for that is that we basically want to get the isolated attack on the entire Dutch side of the front line. And that is only possible if they cannot send in any supplies via sea, or if at least we do have an interdiction level of 2, I think, on everything. So that is why we're trying to disrupt the supplies flowing to Wilhelmshaven there. We're also going to strike the Dutch side a little bit as well, simply because there are some good ports that we would like to take out. That being said, our supplies here are running so... I mean, Berlin is so close, but our supplies are in really, really dire situation, so I don't think we're going to be able to do that, really. Okay, 8th Air Force losing a couple of planes here. That's not a big surprise. You guys were trying to disrupt the rail yards in Berlin itself. We were intercepted a couple of times, but doesn't look too bad. So that's fine. And yeah, really no big losses here. Okay, 2nd Bombardment Force, you did lose quite a couple of planes as you're doing the Black Hammer synthetic fuel yards. Yeah, just look at that. 130 planes are intercepting us. Okay, that's not a big surprise then. And I think you did hold up fairly well. So that's nice. Right, let's see what we can do on the ground. And we do, I think, actually going to start here in the south, because I want to find out whether we can attack into any of these places. You know what? You guys can go around here. And that way we are threatening their rear here, which is nice. So that is good. And you guys sort of all just advance. Now you guys can get into their rear, so we're going to do that. That should be fine. You guys are going to advance into this general direction. And going to increase the pressure on their rail supplies and everything. So that should be a-okay. Good. Right, so the question is, can we reliably attack this hex over here? We could. We could, and I think we are going to do that. Let's try to do this. It is fortified, it is a mountain terrain, and it's just a horrible failure. I mean, it's not that bad. We only lost 23 men, but still, that is not encouraging. And I do suspect that your attack would not fare much better. But the good thing is, over here they don't actually have any... Okay, let's do try this. Let's do try deliberate attack here. We're actually routing these guys because they didn't have any fortifications there. So that is nice. We did get their attacks, but yeah, really not much else. Right, we could try to get you over here, but I do want to use it to contain these guys there. Right, I think you guys are probably going to withdraw next turn. But yeah, and you're crossing a river here too, so that is a bit of an issue. But yeah, it's difficult to get around that. Right, that being said, there's nothing else down here that we want to do. I mean, we could try to attack into various places, but it just doesn't feel worth it. So I think it's going to be alright. Yeah, we could try to just have a look at this. No, I don't think it's going to work at all. No, it's just not going to work. Right, so then let's take a look in the very far north, because this is really, to me, the most important area. Now, what I want to do first is actually try to tackle all of this terrain here around the Weser, simply so that we do get the port there. And this is a little bit complicated, but I do think we are going to get some supplies in here next turn this way. I don't think we need Bremerhaven, so I think this is fine. That being said, we could try to move up to Bremerhaven and start an attack there with the paratroopers here. On the other hand, the paratroopers might also just guard Hamburg and stuff. So there's that. Now the next thing that we do want to do is, well, we do want to create the breakthrough here, but I do also want to get the entire Elbe River done so that we are getting some supplies into Hamburg. So let's get over here and try to get this terrain like such. Okay, that does work, and I do think if we're sending you guys here, 82nd Airborne, into this area, we should, I believe, I don't think we need Cuxhaven. We should get everything into Hamburg. Okay, let's see. Now, the next thing then is that we do want to create a breakthrough here. Actually, let's start a little bit over here with the Dutch situation. Now, let's start here in the very south. You guys, can you get rid of them? I would love you to do that. Okay, they are holding out. We did take some losses here. They did actually take more than that, which is nice, and they reduced their combat fortifications there. So that's already kind of good. Let's also... Do you want to start with Amsterdam or with The Hague? You are actually now properly counting as isolated, so that's good. We might want to start with The Hague. You probably do have a lot of supplies there, yeah. 94,000. You know, there's no way how we can get rid of that. There's a lot of German supplies down here in the area. Right, okay, let's try to do an attack here. No, that just wouldn't work. 18 against 22? No. Right, if that's the case... Oh, we have you guys over here. And I probably think that we do want to send you to the 5th Corps. Right, so let's actually get you towards 5th Corps. That does mean 5th Corps is now a little bit overloaded. But that's going to be alright, because we can recombine a couple of these divisions. So, for example, we've got the 29th Infantry Division, which does have... it's a complete mess at this point. Okay, yeah, let's get the 29th. You're going to get down here because this is what you should be combined with. Then we've got the 80th. You guys are over there and there and there. Yeah, it is a mess. Right, we can get you close enough to Amsterdam though. So let's actually take these 3 divisions and let's attack Amsterdam. We are capturing the depot there. We are pushing them out with just barely 160 casualties. So that's actually kind of nice. Let's move into the city. And then can we attack these guys? Well, it seems like we can. Okay, you guys also, just for a brief moment here at the very least, do consider yourself part of the 5th Infantry Division. And then we are going to do another attack here. They're holding out. They're actually very strongly holding out. So yeah, this is not good at all. Right. We do have some armor over here, which we are going to send forward. We actually have very low supplies. You will need to be resupplied at some point. Are you standing on a... No, you're not standing on a hex with... Okay, let's actually get you over here. And then what we're going to do actually is do a little bit of freight transport to you. I don't think we need all of these fighter bombers. Just some transports are going to be fine. Don't actually think we need that many. Let's just pick 75 or so. Let's launch you. You should be just delivering 200 tons of supplies there. Another 150 tons and another 100 tons and another 40 tons. Okay, fine. Now you guys do have decent supply level, so that's great. Doesn't allow you to move up further, but it does allow you to move into this area here and not be completely out of supply. Good. You're actually low on fuel, but we kind of expected that much. Right, let's capture Oldenburg. Wait a minute, you are 28th Division. So that's you guys and you guys. How about you? You are part of someone down there. Let's actually move you down there because I think it would make sense to try to recombine you. Do the Germans have any industry over here that we do want to capture? Emden, you've got some oil production. Yeah, that is something that we might want to take then. Right, let's capture that. Oldenburg itself does not have anything. Neither do any of these areas here, I think. So that's going to be alright. Nonetheless, let's do get over here and capture some depots and stuff. So that's going to be alright. Yeah. Right. That does beg the question, are we going to be able to create a breakthrough and encirclement over here? Now, the big issue is, of course, we don't really have enough infantry to move forward. Let's send you out in a checkerboard pattern at least, so that we have some resistance should they try to push out, right? So that's already kind of okay. Excuse me. Right, you guys are part of another division as well. Where are you actually? Okay, you're all down here. Let's just try to get you all into Bielefeld. And then we can combine you, and then you guys can move up to the north here. So that does give us some indication here that these guys are alright. Okay, yeah, but the big issue is still we don't have any infantry to create the breakthrough in the first place. Right, let's move you south of Hamburg here. And then we can take... Do we want to take the Canadians? Yeah, you have the fewest movement points because you are a little bit low on fuel actually. So let's get you here and let's do a hasty attack against the motorized brigade here, getting them to retreat. Lovely. And then what we're going to do is, this doesn't seem like enough. So let's actually use you and the Americans to do an attack here against the Fallschirmjägers. We are pushing you back, so that's good. Issue is there's still not a big gap, so what we need to do is let's try to do an attack over here. You're holding out actually. Okay, let's do a deliberate attack then. That might work better. Yeah, at least we are getting them to retreat. Nice. Good. Okay, we can move up and we can do another attack here. Let's use both of you for this attack. Hopefully pushing you back. Yeah, okay, but not in a way in the direction that I would have wanted you to move. So yeah, a bit of an issue. Okay, let's move down here then. We've got someone down here, the Lehr Motorized Brigade. That's alright. Let's take you on then. Okay, we did get you to retreat. That's nice. And we could attack here, but it wouldn't do us that much good. Right, you could support that attack. You could come over here. That's all alright, but okay, so you have more movement points. Okay, let's get you into here. Then both of you are going to attack these guys, getting them to retreat. That's lovely. You guys are going to get over here. Fine. You can't move up there. The Poles cannot move up there. How about any of the Americans? No. Is someone down there? Yeah, the Lehr Motorized Brigade. Okay, these guys are annoying. Let's get down there. Let's attack you. We're getting them to retreat again. Now we can move up. Capturing a depot there. That's good. It's not quite an encirclement, but it's getting closer. Right. So someone is down there. Excuse me. Right. Let's get you guys into here, and then the Americans, even though they have very low fuel, can get over here and they can attack the Lehr Motorized Brigade again, getting them to retreat. That's nice. Good. Let's get the Canadians into the bridge here, and the Lehr Motorized Brigade is going to be attacked yet again. And then we've got the Poles. Yeah, you could sort of get into their rear there. That looks okay. But we might actually bolster the northern defenses here and get into... Let's go into Lübeck. I think that's going to be alright. Yeah, that looks fine. Good. Okay, some Americans here. Let's got the Trave asteroid there. Okay. And then we've got some airborne divisions. You are going to try to make your way north as well. Sorry about the noise that the dog is making. And then further units that we are going to send up over here as well. And you know what? We're going to get on the other side of the river just to lock that in. And I do think this is a decent defense. It's not brilliant, but it's good enough, I think. Right, now we do need to create another breakthrough here in the south. And I would very much like to get on the other side of this river. For that, I do need infantry. Okay, let's move up the infantry. Let's do a deliberate attack. I can't do a deliberate. Okay, let's do a hasty attack here with both of you. In the hope that that is going to push them back. It is. Can I now cross the river, please? At least with one unit here. Yeah. I think this is the most important thing, to get on the other side of this river. And we have achieved that. We haven't achieved the breakthrough here, mind you. But at least this is something. This is an important step. Right. What have we got here then in terms of armoured units and such? We've got you guys. You are kind of fast. That's okay. We've got this armoured unit. This is a bit of a bottleneck here, right? So let's bring forward the Canadians. I would like to get you to Hamburg, but I think attacking down here is what's going to be useful. So that's alright. Yeah, there we go. And then the British get over here, attack into this place. You actually committed to the defense, so that's probably not going to work. No, it is. So that's great. Nice. Okay, at least we can get through here now, so that's good. I would like to get Magdeburg, but even this is nice, because now any north-south traffic has to run via Berlin. So that's not actually too bad, is it? Now, where do we want to affect the breakthrough? Either of these positions does look fine. There's a Panzer Brigade over here, and this is just infantry. But it's a full infantry division. How about the airbornes? You guys can get over here. It's likely not going to be enough, but maybe with an American tank unit? Do we need more? We might need more. Well, what else have we got, though? Okay, let's move you up. This is a little bit of a mix-up because you're from very different units, but let's attack over here and hope that we're going to create... just barely not. Just barely not. That is a pity. Okay, let's bring forward some tanks and let's try that again. We're going to also use this brigade over here in the hopes of being able to break through here. Nice, okay, one of them is actually routing, so that's good. Now, I can move you into here, but I can't quite get... We're not going to quite be able to achieve the full encirclement here, I'm afraid. You guys could move up a little bit, but then we would have a gap over here. Oh, we do have another armoured unit here. Well, that's fantastic. Okay, lovely. Good. Let's get you over here just to disperse these cores as well. There we go. Like it. Right, let's get you into the middle of all of this. That's okay, but that does beg a question about what we're going to do here in the north, because it's looking okay-ish, but it really could also look a little bit better, I'm afraid. Do we have anyone fast down here? No, just the infantry. Okay, you can actually get very far here in the north. Well, that's brilliant. Okay, let's get you over there. Right, you guys down here are all fine. This is considered isolated, of course, for now, but we will need to do some things over there as well. Okay, let's try to, well, firstly connect this up in some fashion, and then also get into Magdeburg. Okay, we're going to leave the tanks out of here, and the New Zealanders can get into Magdeburg itself, which is also an important industrial target. We've got another tank division down here. You could actually break to the south there, which is lovely because we've got this situation here in the south as well, where we might send you towards Nordhausen, do a deliberate attack here, push you guys back, get actually into Nordhausen itself, which is lovely because, of course, we do know that that is one of the areas where they did build their V weapon factories in some underground caves. What do I say, underground caves? Of course the cave is underground. Right, let's move you here. Yeah, there, I think. Another attack there. Jesus, why are you not completely surrendering? We're just pushing you away. It's not entirely what I wanted. Yeah, but just look at how precarious our situation is starting to look here. Right, let's do... Okay, that's going to be too weak. How about you guys? I just about cannot attack there. Unfortunate. Okay, let's get you over here. Disperse these guys. It's not a huge encirclement that this would cause. And I'm afraid that we just don't have the forces down here that would be fast enough. And we do need to create, I mean, have some resemblance of a line down here. Is this just a single division that would be encircled here? So overall, I think we actually don't have enough forces here. Do they have any depot? No. Still, we do need to be guarding this at least with some things. Right, you can make your way over here. Okay, let's try to... I think we just have enough forces to maybe get away with this. Okay, before we do that, let's actually briefly attack you guys down here. You are retreating, that's lovely. Let's try to get rid of you completely. There we go. Nice, okay. Right, you guys could make your way to Erfurt. You can't make it all the way over here to the north. That's okay. How about you guys? Cannot make it and attack at all. So yeah, you're out of the picture. You guys can get here though. Okay, yeah, let's try that. Let's try to kick your way. And that's again just sort of a mini pushback. And all of this is of course causing these guys here to be a little bit to tackle on combat delay and all of this, which is going to be a huge feature of War in the West, it sounds, which is also nice to hear. Sorry, War in the East too. Right, nothing else to do over here, so probably that does mean we can look here in the north, push you guys away. I would very much like to encircle this hex here too, because this is a full Fox Grenadier division. And of course some headquarters, although the headquarters don't matter as much. How about you guys? You can't move forward at all? That's curious. Right, you guys can move up quite a bit. But quite a bit is not really far enough, is it? No, it just doesn't seem possible to encircle these guys down there, so we might have to be content with the smaller area up here in the north. It's unfortunate, but I think it's going to be alright. You guys do need to be protected. So let's actually move you over here into Goslar, I think. This is starting to look extremely thinly manned, so I am kind of worried about any sort of counterattack here, but the Germans must be so unbalanced at this point that I think just they can't really do anything about this. And just sipping away at their strength is, I think, just still a very valid strategy here. Yes, we do need to be very, very mindful about these open gaps, but still, I mean, this is... How much have we encircled here? That's a division, that's a second division, maybe 3 divisions also, then maybe a little bit more than 1 down here, so 5 divisions, let's call that. So I think it's okay. Right, then let's look at the situation down here in the south. Now, yeah, how forces are starting to look so thinly spread. Right, that being said, we can use the Indians here to already break through in this area here. But if we are going to get rid of you, that should make life a lot easier. Right, there we go. You have retreated now. That's good. Let's try to do another attack over here to get you further away. That's good to see. That also does give us control over that rail line. And then you guys can... Well, you're still going to make it... You're still going to try to dislodge these guys. Okay, we've also got the French units here. 28. Okay, let's get you here and let's do an attack with all of you guys on the... What have they got? How can they be so strong? Stukes and anti-tank guns. They should not be able to hold themselves against some tanks. Okay, let's try an attack here. They are holding, and they are holding strongly. Curious. That's really curious. I don't know why they should be so strong. Alright, that being said then, if they are, that should not stop us from crossing here. Why actually going south there? I don't know. Well, let's get you guys into Regensburg. Good. Which is a huge factory, by the way, so that's nice. You guys do get into the area like such. And then we've got the French. You're going to get over here. Going to protect them there. That's fine. And then you guys can get to Straubing even in the south. Let's see where we can create a breakthrough here in the south then to try to link up these forces. Ideally, I would like to do that here so that all of them are sort of encircled. Question is, do we have any hope of achieving that? Right, let's get you here. Let's do a deliberate attack. Okay, you are being pushed back. That's good. Let's get you over here. Let's do the same over here. Okay, you're actually routed. That's nice. You can't attack again though, which is slightly unfortunate. You guys can get over here though and do a deliberate attack against you. Nice. Okay, that's looking promising already. How about you guys get over here and try to get rid of them? Nice. Good. Okay, that's starting to look very promising indeed. Let's use the French armor here and then come all the way over here. Nice. Any other fast units? We've got a cavalry group. You guys are not super important. On the other hand, it might be nice to cut this rail line. Yeah, let's hold on that for a second. Anything we might want to do over here? I don't think we can, so that's probably just a no. So that does mean you guys can get over here. Let's get you on this side of the river. That's okay. You guys are going to close up the gap behind them there. That's all looking pretty nicely. And then we do, of course, need to make sure that they're not going to break out of this anywhere over here. But I don't think they're going to be able to do that, so that is actually looking kind of nice. You guys are going to get over here. You guys are more concentrated around the south, so let's get you over here then. And you guys, yeah, nice. That's a good cordon over here. Just a little bit of a gap there. But we will be able to... Ooh, look at that. You guys could almost get to Wels or even Salzburg. Salzburg would be super tempting, but... Okay, you know what? I think you guys are going to get over here. That should be enough to contain them, I think. We've got also the Indians still over here. Any hope of a breakthrough in the north? No, I don't think so. I mean, Pilsen would be a tempting target. They are producing quite a lot there, and Prague is a national supply source. And actually, this would also disrupt the rail flow quite a bit, actually. Yeah, but that being said, I think just sort of in the south over here might be a better idea. How many forces have we got? We do need to guard this entire line though, right? So it's looking so precarious. I really dislike that. Okay, we do need to break you down, I think, so that we have some forces here at least that are gonna guard, just have something in the area really at this point. Okay, you guys are over here as well, so honestly I think we are going to also break... Oh, can't. Right, then let's get over here and then break it down, and then we are going to sort of distribute you around this area here, and maybe the Germans can create a small breakthrough, but I don't think they are going to be able to do a larger one. So yeah, I think that is going to be alright. Yeah, so that does mean we can sort of get our way here towards Pilsen at least, even if we're not going to make it into the city itself. We've also got the French guys here. Right, yeah, let's move you into here. And then you guys can move up to Pilsen. Nice. Very good. That's a huge breakthrough there. How about you guys? Are going to support that in any way? Okay, let's get you into here. Then this infantry can move up a little bit. These tanks can move up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, now these guys are a little bit exposed, but I think just this order of magnitude I'm going to be fine with. And then yeah, you guys can make your way over here too, and that's fine. Good. You guys also going to make your way to the north there, and it almost looks like a good line that we have standing here now, plus the encirclement, so that's great. That only does leave the situation here in the very far south. Let's move up our divisions so that they are guarding whatever we need to guard. Now, obviously, Munich is an incredibly important city. So, what we might want to do then is get over here and get rid of you guys, really. Okay, let's try to attack them. Okay, we are pushing them back slightly. That is good. And yeah, do we want to do another straight on attack here? I think we might. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, yeah, getting them to retreat is, I think, quite nice. Good. Moved all of you guys down there. So there's still a bit of a gap here in around Munich, but let's try to at least capture this hex, and then we're going to think about what else we're going to do here. Yeah, I think we could just try to get rid of them here. That should give us more capabilities of resupplying these French troops, which are right now sitting there a little bit in an unfortunate position. These two tank units are still mobile enough, and we've got this one too. So you guys could do something. The question is, what would we want you to do? Small encirclement up here? No. Trying to get behind these guys? Tempting, but honestly not that relevant. Okay, so the big question is rail lines. There's one running here via Salzburg. We could try to cut that here, or even here. But that's not going to be enough to change the strategic situation here by enough, I think. We could have, of course, tried to get rid of this single division here. It just doesn't feel worth it, though. Don't think we're going to be able to push through the mountain division, so yeah, honestly, that all just doesn't feel worth it. Neither does a push very far here to any of these areas, nor really anything down here. So yeah, in fact, what you guys are going to do, you're going to advance a little bit. You can't attack there, can you? No. Okay, then let's just try to get rid of these Germans to make it a little bit easier for us to resupply ourselves, especially these French tanks, which honestly should go to the north, really. You can't really make your way anywhere. Huh, that's curious. Right. How about you guys? You are alright where you are, I think. Yeah, the situation down here is really not that nice, I think. Okay, let's just try to do a straight on attack here against these guys. They're low on supply. I think they should retreat relatively easily. And that at least does disrupt them a little bit. So yeah, I think that's okay. Right, that being said, it's been a little bit of a longer episode, and we didn't push as far to Berlin as, of course, I would have liked to see. But still, we are making some progress here, and we are cutting off a lot of German forces, or at least whatever we can cut off at this moment. So that is nice. And we have made it on the other side of the elbow, which is also a huge gain for us. That being said, I will need to reorganize our forces here a little bit, just to make sure that all of these factors are covered. I think you guys can actually also get on the other side here. So we're going to do that simply so that it's a little bit more stable here. You could attack here. I don't think that is a wise decision. We do need to guard this southern route as well. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of movement here off camera. But I hope you guys still enjoyed. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope we are going to get to Berlin in before the winter. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.